Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new, my name is Linda and I'm a product designer from Toronto. So for today's video, I'll be talking about if UX design is for you. And for the very first half of the video, I'll be talking about kind of how I knew it was right for me. And then the second half, I'll be going through some points to help you guys to figure out if this career path is for you. So let's get right into the video. Now let's talk about how I knew UX design was for me. So I won't be going into how I got started because I have another video on that topic, so you guys can check that out. I'll leave the link in the description box down below. And I do suggest you guys watch that first before watching this video because it'll just make a lot more sense. But if you don't want to, no worries. I'll give you guys a little context behind it. So basically, I went to school for science and fashion, but didn't want to pursue those careers, and then I ended up going into UX design and fell in love with it, and here I am talking to you guys about my journey. So the three main things that I knew it was right for me was, number one is the combination of creative and critical thinking into one career. Number two is the opportunity for collaboration, and number three is the impactful work that you are doing. Now let's dive deeper into each one so I can explain why these were such big factors for myself. So number one is the combination of creative and critical thinking. So to take a step back before I got into UX design, I was in science pursuing a career in medicine and wanted to become a doctor. But the thing is, I didn't want to pursue that because I wasn't really able to explore my creative side. I used to dance and I was really into fashion, so I wanted the opportunity to try those things out before going into medicine. So I went into fashion, and then again, when I was in fashion, I wasn't able to hone in my critical thinking skills that I had from science, which I really enjoyed as well, which is why I dropped out of fashion. That being said, UX allows me to use my critical thinking and problem solving skills, whereas UI lets me explore and use my creative side when designing visuals. Number two is the opportunity for collaboration. So when I was growing up, I've always wanted a job where I wasn't really isolated and I wasn't always doing work by myself. And UX design is the total opposite of that. On the job, all designers do have the freedom to do their own thing and have full ownership over their projects. But there's also a big part of the job where you are collaborating with others, and there are many reasons why this is so important. This includes having fresh eyes and new perspectives on the work that you're doing, bringing in different skill sets from others that can, benefit you and your work. And lastly, being comfortable bouncing ideas off of one another, whether that's your designers or whoever else is involved in the project. And all of these things ultimately create a better work environment and sense of community within and outside of the office, which I really appreciate about this job. Number three is impactful work. So when I was growing up, my main purpose and goal in life was to help people and make a difference in the world. I know this sounds very cheesy, but that's what I really wanted to do, which explains why I want to become a doctor in the first place. But I realized I'm able to get that same satisfaction from this career as a UX designer. And this is because the core of UX is to fulfill users' needs. So my main responsibility as a UX designer is to provide those, positive, delightful experience for these users so they can continue using the product as well. So for example, when I shipped out my first MVP at my first job, and I saw the impact it had on users, I think that was the most rewarding feeling I've ever felt in a while regarding like a job. And that is what motivated and inspired me to keep going in this field. And I have not looked back since, and no regrets at all. Of course, there are many other signs that might say that this career is for you, so let me mention some of them for you. Number one is you're passionate about the tech industry. Two, you're empathetic and put people first. This is like probably the number one thing, if anything. Three, you want the chance to freelance, as this career has the opportunity to do so. Four, you're a big advocate for education, as you're always learning on the job. And the fifth one, of course, the obvious, is you want to earn a great salary, and you can do so with this job. So if any of these signs that I've mentioned in my video reflect who you are and what you're looking for in your next job, I'd definitely check it out, and maybe it might be the right choice for you. Because for me, it definitely has been a life changer and I would not go back. And of course, if you guys enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!